Yes, exactly.
Let's take a look at the highlights from Game 5 as the Knicks came here to San Antonio, where they won the first 2 games of the series, looking to put this thing away in 5. And everybody that you see in New York was here as well.
The Iceman coming.
Oh, yeah. It's so great having George Gervin on the pregame show. Yeah.
Damn, this is big.
Is that what the indicator for you, Chuckster, when you see Prince Harry? Yeah.
And the Spurs did exactly what they did all series, came out strong, looked great, played poised.
But the problem is you come out strong and you don't have a big lead. You wasted all that energy.
23-13 after 1, and then they upped the lead to 16 early in the second quarter. Wemby for 3, it's 31-15. But Jalen Brunson scored 16 of New York's 37 points in the first half.
And you talk about fearless. You know, here's a guy who says, no, every opportunity, I'm not going to pass. I'm not going to pass up. I'm not passing up opportunities. If you back off me, I'm scoring. You get close to me, I'm getting to the rim. And he was spectacular to keep the Knicks alive.
Spurs turn it over. Josh Hart roughed up by De'Aaron Fox.
That's just a terrible play.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge play.
Great concentration by Hart, though.
That was a 5-point play, Ernie.
Yes, it was.
You could just tell, and that's exactly another play right there. But you could just tell, as I said at halftime, this game was going to be over because they should have been up more bad as the Knicks were playing.
Yeah, that was a 4th foul for Cat, and he had to sit. How about Victor here?
Oh, no. What are these dudes doing out here? That's dangerous, man.
Here. Brunson comes down on Wemby's foot, no call.
That should have been a flagrant.
And had that been called a flagrant, he sits Game 6.
Well, he can still sit Game 6.
Yeah, well, if there had been such a thing in this series.
You know what, Ernie? I'm such a good dude. I'm going to give him Game 6 off.
Yes. The Knicks could not believe that this wasn't called.
Is that purposeful?
That one felt accidental.
Yeah. And I'm actually glad they didn't call it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I'm glad he didn't hurt himself because if he didn't play Game 6, that would have been the biggest story of the whole series instead of how great the Knicks were.
How about that by Wemby?
Yeah, but again, I'm getting to my spot. I am not going to be denied. You cannot play Jalen Brunson one-on-one in any era of basketball.
I think there's been more overturned calls in this series on plays like this than any game I've ever seen.
Yeah,
in the series.
They called that on Cat because he pushed Wemby into Hart. And this guy, Kenny, to your point, he just wills his team.
Yeah, and he's not gonna shy away from any moment. When I'm open, I'm shooting it. When I'm driving it, I'm scoring. And if you double me, then I'll pass it. And this was a great play by Anunoby, just finishing strong. This kid here.
Let me tell you, man, Harper and Castle for the next 15 years, you boys out west gonna have y'all hands full.
Yes, you know.
This right here. Oh, I felt
that was a big play.
Yep.
Big play.
No, this is a big play here, too.
Yes, you got to get that out.
You got to get that rebound.
You got to get that rebound.
Those offensive and change in a 92-88 game. Wemby. But look at the follow by Castle. So we got a 2-point game.
Man, they
mugged Brunson.
I know, they didn't call it.
Mikal Bridges at the line in a 2-point game.
Iron unkind.
Did hit the second one, so it's a 3-point game.
When he missed his free throw, this was a wrap.
Yeah, Dylan Harper misses.
I think the second one is supposed to be missed on purpose.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I think so, too.
Yeah, what's that movie he was in? Dune?
Dune?
Yes, they were doomed.
Not Doom. Dune.
Yeah,
there you go. But we digress. 94-90, last gasp effort by Wemby, and that is it for the San Antonio Spurs, who lose. Look, in this postseason, in clutch games, 5 points or less with 5 minutes to play, in their gym, 0-5.
Well, because they don't have as great as as great as Wemby is, they just can't give him the ball, and because they can push him away from the basket. And those other guys are too young to be closers. And Wemby's going to have to get better because your best player, he got to do 2 things. He either got to close or pass the ball to somebody else who can close.
And we could talk about, you know, what he's not able to do, and I agree with that, Chuck. But I also think that they're going to have to revisit their offense because they're going to have to get him closer into the rim when he's catching the ball, catching it more in a short burst instead of posting up. Like one dribble away from the post, he could catch the ball and he would be much more dangerous at times as well.
Look at the timeline from 1973, by the way, with the Poseidon Adventure and Tony Orlando and Dawn.
Shaq was 5 feet tall, 1 year old.
You remember the Rubik's Cube?
Yes, I don't know what you were saying, Kenny.
Shaq was 1 year old.
This time, because they're a very young team, we could blame it on youth. You know, they started out the game very well, but didn't have the mental capacity to close it. We're going to say they're too young, but, you know, I agree with you. I say this with respect about Wemby. As good as he is, he's going to need to get stronger because when you become a dominant big man, people go to force. And a lot of times, you know, he couldn't handle that, you know, that push. And for example, that offensive rebound that Mitchell Robinson got. So I don't know what he's going to do this summer, but he definitely needs to get in that weight room and get stronger.
Our post-game coverage is going to continue after we take a break. We'll send it back to Mike Breen for some closing thoughts. Timothy Chalamet. It's Dune, Chuck.
Oh, I knew it. It just sounded better when I said Dune.
Spell it.